Hey, if you want to scrape newsletters, all you need to do is to put a link in here, click on this button, and you will get all this beautiful data right back, including the entire email and links to everything that you might need. So you can use this for figuring out what is going on in your niche right now. If you're a content creator, it can be a good source of ideas, and it's very easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do it step by step right now, starting with step number 1, set up the Airtable. So as you can see, this is Airtable, and why we're using Airtable is because we can use a scraping button. This button allows us to automate a lot of tasks for us, including scraping content. If you want to start from scratch, you can do that, but I've made it easy for you. You can get access to the school community for free in the description down below. Just click on copy my automations and agents, scroll down and go to the social scraper agent v1.5, and this is where you can find the Airtable base. Just click on this, go to the top of Airtable, click on this button, click on these 3 dots and click on duplicate base. The most important part here is that you name it something that you will remember. We got 1 tab for newsletter profiles and we got 1 tab for newsletter results. That's the most important part. But of course, nothing is going to happen unless we go to step number 2, set up the button. As you can see, this is a button that allows us to scrape a lot of things. And if I click on edit field here, what you will see is that we actually send a URL formula. This includes a webhook that looks like this, and if you're scared of webhooks, you'll be an expert in just a second. This allows us to send all this information from Airtable over to make.com that will do the automation for us. But all you need to do is to go back into the school community again, click on the master make blueprint and download this file. Then head over to make.com, and this is the automation that we're running in the backend. If you only want newsletter, you can simplify it down quite a bit, but I'll show you how it works in just a second. First, we need to set up the button. What actually happens here is that we send this webhook. If you're starting from scratch, I would recommend going to the dashboard, clicking on create a new scenario, and on a completely fresh page, you just click on these 3 buttons in the bottom, click on import blueprint, and then upload the blueprint file that you just downloaded and click on save. What will happen then is that you get this entire make.com blueprint, but it won't work unless you start setting it up right now. So first, we need to hook up the button, and this is as easy as just clicking on the webhook, and for you, it will be completely blank here. Just click on add, then name your webhook something that you can remember. So scraper, RSS, or newsletter, May 22nd, click on save. And what is important is that you click on copy address to clipboard. You go back to the social scraper agent, go into the URL formula of this button and select everything before the question mark and paste. All we did was change this 1 link here and it will start trigger with your make.com automation. Isn't that cool? You just leveled up your webhook and Airtable button skills, but of course, we also have to go to step number 3, set up the make automation. So what you're looking at right now is actually many different scrapers. This one scrapes X, this one YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and newsletters. If you only want to use the newsletter, what I recommend is that you unlink all of the other ones. So you can unlink everything that you don't need. Or if you want to set up all of it, we have a tutorial for that as well. But let's just focus in on the automation that scrapes newsletters right now. What actually happens is that we route it down to this path here. Here we have one automation that selects the last days, and we have a second automation that scrapes the last posts. Let's start with the days first. If you click on this RSS module, you see that what we send is the URL. This is what we get from the webhook. The next thing is that we have a formatter right here that allows us to do the number of days emails. This is what you get in this parameter here. So if you want to do 10, you can do 10. If you're going to do 2, that's fine as well. That's just how this date from looks like. Maximum number of returned items is going to be 100. We never actually hit this limit, but it's fine to keep it like this. Next, we send it through a text parser. You can see this one is called HTML to text. So all we do here really is to get the description of the RSS module. Then in Airtable, we obviously get all the data that we have from the RSS that pulled into the text parser, and we update the newsletter fire emoji, which is the results page in Airtable. If you've copied everything right now, literally all you need to do is to click on the base, then select the social scraper agent that has your name in it, and then you can keep everything the same. As you can see, we get the URL, we get the text, we get the subject line, preview text, everything that we need from the RSS feed or the newsletter. The same thing goes for the second path here as well. This one only filters posts, so there is no date variable. It's only the number of days emails. Here we also send it to the text parser to make it look good. Then we send it back again to Airtable, and again, all you need to do is to change the base in case you have copied or make automation. Now, that was simple, wasn't it? So all we need to do now is to put a URL in here. And if you don't know how to get the correct URL, because some newsletter have the RSS feed, some doesn't have an RSS feed. So I'll show you a little trick right now that can help you quite a lot. So let's go to the first one here, that is Rundown AI. They are doing amazing with newsletters in the AI space that I love to read. I also get a lot of great ideas there since they're one of the best. Now, you see here in Beehive, they have this connect button where they actually have added this RSS feed. And this makes it extremely easy for us to actually get the RSS feed. We get all this data that we can use really easily. So all we need to do in the case that they have an RSS button right there is that we just go back to the social scraper, we just copy this exact link and paste it right in here, and it's going to work for you. If the newsletter that you like doesn't have an RSS feed, there is a way to go around that. And that is to use the service called Kill the Newsletter. So if we go to Kill the Newsletter, which I have right here, what Kill the Newsletter does is that it actually provides you with an email address, and then you sign up to the newsletter through that email address. And every time they send out an email, that gets turned into an RSS feed that you then can use with this link right here. Does that make sense? So say you would do a newsletter about robotics, you can create that feed with this button. Then as you can see, you can subscribe to a newsletter with the following email address. And then you have this feed here with the XML at the end of it that actually becomes your RSS feed. Now, if you do this for the first time, you do have to wait a bit to actually get sent emails for that to actually be an RSS feed. So that's just something to keep in mind. So just add it, then wait for 1 week, and you will have RSS feed. That is basically how many emails they sent last week. If I show you that right here, we have AI Valley, that is one of the best AI newsletters once again. And if we use this Kill the Newsletter feed, you can see that it's populated through weeks and weeks, probably months now, of data that we didn't have an RSS feed to begin with, but now we do. So if you've done everything correctly right now, your automation should be on. Just click on save and go back. I'll discard because I showed you a couple of things. Then just make sure that the automation is on in the top right. Go back to the social scraper again, enter a URL of your choice. Then we can select the number of days or recent emails. Then we just click on this one. I always click on Control when I do that. And just in a couple of seconds, you see that it gets populated with the last 5 emails. You get the date, the subject line, the preview text in case of they have that, some don't, and of course the entire text with all the links, images, links to other websites, and a bunch more. We also have set up a transcript to bullets it's so simple. You just do another webhook, then you put it into ChatGPT, all the text you get from this text right here, and then you can update Airtable with pretty much anything you want. So you now know how to set up Airtable, set up an automation button, and use the RSS feed. And if you want to get started right now, all the things you need should be right here inside of School. Just click on copy my automations and agents. We're building some incredible agents and automations in here that helps a lot of people. And if you're one of us, you can definitely join in, start building some automations to do work for you. And if you don't only want to scrape newsletters, but the entirety of the internet and social media, I highly recommend setting up the Social Scraper agent. That's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.